Unit 7, first section, graphing cosine functions. All right, normally, if it were a sine, we would put, oh, here's my 1 and my -1, that would normally be there. Normally we put a dot above, I'm going to erase these just in case you put them in, and a dot below the 75, that used to be the routine. Well, it turns out for a cosine, since this sine is a regular roller coaster, California Adventure, which I think I wrote on it once. It's not worth the money. In any case, for cosine, we're going to put a dot below the 50. So 50 is a new low. And there's only one dot below. 25 and 75, they get redotted. The question is, okay, where do things begin? This is the new part, so I'll put these in blue. This roller coaster is like Superman. Superman, they take you up and they drop you, right? Magic Mountain. Isn't there another one that they drop you to at Magic Mountain? Or is it just Superman? No, Superman, they shoot you out.
Just drop it to
Drop a doom, yeah. They pull you up, and then at Magic Mountain, not very far, and there's something they pick you up to, and they.
Oh, Supreme
Scream. Somebody that got broken or something like that, like the wire just
bounces down.
Yeah, no, but Supreme Scream.
Yeah.
Somebody got hurt there. In any case, it starts high, cosine does, and above 100 it ends up high. Oh, sharpener right behind.
Do we have to put the first on the 1? Do we have to put dot there too?
This red one?
Yeah, the 0. Above the 0, do we have to put the blue?
Yeah, so all the discolored dots, everybody who's not red, it's worth putting it in because these are the dots that would connect to make the picture of a cosine wave.
So there's a total of...
Yeah, I'm writing down now. Now some people scream not because they're afraid, because that's what you do. It's what you raise your hand. Not because you want to die, but you raise them because other people raise them. Me, I don't raise my hand. I don't want to die. I don't want something to go wrong. The one time I do it, heard about that one dude? Yeah, broke his hands. What? Raised his hand. The thing came. Yeah, not me. Make 2 originals on. Oh shoot. Maybe the eraser. Make 2 originals on the one. Move to the right and to the left. We're gonna actually move it eventually, but for now, just do the. Do what we just did here, over here, and over here, so you gotta practice doing it twice. In other words, put in your 25, 50, 75, $1, a dot below the 50, up high on the 1, and at the end, I don't know what the end is, at 100, 1 and 100, put a dot up high. Then ride the roller coaster down, and voila. So this is, you're making a cosine wave. It all means something. I wish I was a better teacher. I could show you what it means. For those who decide to stay at home, extra break, maybe you went out of the country, didn't come back, let me do your work for you. You come in on a Friday for an hour, not 2 hours in class. On a Friday, come back for an hour, and you get to do this as well by watching this video. Here we go. How do we make a cosine wave? Please graph a cosine function. Ooh, yeah. In other words, draw a blue line. 25, 75, something $1. Let's see. Below 50 cents. I really should write in the numbers. The reason I'm having you do it twice in a row is if you do it twice in a row, you should have it, and then that way you don't have to wonder whether you can do the parent function. All right, blue dots. Where are you, blue dots? Blue dots at the beginning. Like Blue Diamond Phillips, he's supposed to be a really famous Latino actor, and then he did like Lean on Me. No, he didn't do Lean. No, he did Stand and Deliver. He did La Bamba, and after he did La Bamba, his career went down. But then he just did the 33. Pause. Here. Oh yeah, I watched movies and movies and movies over the break, except for Star Wars. All right, here we go. Let's put in our dots here because my son, I'm not letting him go to the theater until he's older or something. Some crazy thing, but whatever. It happened to me, and I like who I am, so I'm gonna make him as much of who I am as I can until he turns on me. All right, here we go. So you go down and up. So we didn't see Star Wars yet. Haven't seen Concussion because my wife wants to see it with me, and we can't find time to go. Let's do this other one here. Here we go. 1 and -1. Dot up. Dot down. Dot up. Ah! Ah! All right. Yeah, there are 2 different representations of the same thing. but still can be confusing to young people, but I like that. So what do we need to do? What is it I want us to do? Let's see if I can move this guy 90 to the right. Oh, that's what we need to do. We actually need to put in the actual real numbers that go for the 25, 75, 100. And the actual real things are this. Now I start at the end by putting, these are degrees. In a circle, there are 360 degrees. And actually, this blue picture represents part of a circle in a weird way. It's a weird thing, which because it's so confusing, I don't even offer it. At some point, I may offer it, so you're like, that's what we're doing. And yeah, you tore the circle apart, like a string, the whole circle, you tore it apart, and then you put it on this thing here. So you're graphing a circle, you just don't know it. In any case, a circle has 360 degrees. That's the very end. That's the 100. 100% of a circle in degrees is 360. Anybody know what half of 360 is?
180.
180. So 50 is half of a dollar, so the 180 goes under the 50. Then you just chop things in half again. Anybody know what half of 180 is? 90. That goes under the 25. These are degrees. I can put the little symbol. I'm refusing to, but except this first time. The half between the 180 and don't say it yet, Zell. It can be a tricky part. I want you to think of the number, and hopefully when he says it out loud, you're saying the same number he's saying, unless he's wrong, in which case I don't want you to say anything he says. All right, you ready? You ready? All right. Yeah?
270?
Yeah, 270 is it. Were you thinking 270? No, you should say 180 or some other number. It should have been wrong. It would have been seen, but it's too late now. Can't fix that, can you? Next time we'll practice for class. All right, here we go. 270. Which you couldn't have known. You could have known that I wanted to do a little something different with it. All right, those are the real numbers that when you go to another class you need to have. Beyond that, the new sheet I'm going to give you will turn it into radians. So here we go. Let's see who remembers what. If you give one answer, don't give the other. That way the other people don't get a free pass. They're like, I don't have to say nothing. Those people can answer. Here it comes. So as a matter of fact, this side of the room, you guys have to live your own life. This half of the room, once you give an answer, we've got to let that half of the room. Anybody know what we put under the 360 in radians? The 360.
Pi.
Pi is close?
2.
2 pi will do it. What's half of 2 pi's? I can. Pi will get it done. Under the 50. All right, it's a free-for-all. What's half of pi, anybody? 1/2 pi, which is going to be written as just pi over 2, which means the same thing. And then that little one in the middle, he's a tricky one, this 270 guy. 3 pi. 3 pi gets us started.
3 pi over 2.
3 pi over 2. This side of the room like, you know what? Yeah, we just gave you guys a chance. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, here comes out. So here's the important part. The blue, if they're talking in degrees, 90, 90, 45, then you need to know they're talking about the blue stuff. The green, the other sheet that you have, they're going to talk in terms of radians. They're going to use pi. So they're, move it to the right, pi. Move it to the right, pi over 2. Your job is to know, you mean 2 blocks, 4 blocks? How many blocks? Just tell me how many blocks, and I'll push the whole thing that many blocks. And so technically my job as a math teacher is technically to teach you in regular talk 2 blocks, 4 blocks, 25, 75, and eventually get you to the place where when you see 3/2 pi's, you know, oh, okay, that's halfway between the halfway mark and the end, or whatever, until that time. So let's see what we can do here. I'll do this one, you'll do that one, and then we'll go to the other sheet, and I may assign this for homework. We'll come back and put in the equations later, at least that's my plan. Let's see what we got here. So you have some options. You can A, attempt to shift this one. The front says move. You're going to attempt to shift this one. Says move 90 to move right 90 units before I do anything. So I'm going to put a minute and a half on the clock. Let you try it, and then we'll do it together. 2 blocks to the right is correct, right? Because every 2 blocks is a 90. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my original thing, put it in blue, put it in red, put the whole thing in red. Sure. Basically, what I'm going to do is take the original point, and I'm going to move him to 90. Where are you, 90? I'm going to put you here, 90. I'll put you in blue. I'm going to move the original so that excuse me, the new starting point is 90, and I'm gonna, if I had a highlighter, I would highlight this new thing. This new red guy is my whole new thing. I'm even gonna undo all you guys, and now I'm gonna do 25, 50, 75,
We just move
100.
the dots basically 2 to the right.
You are correct. So I'm gonna put them all in green this time.
Is the starting point now where the 25 was set?
This red line is my new starting point. 25, 50, 75, 100. I'll put you guys in green so I know it's my new stuff. Technically, this one you do in a different color so that, you know, your original pencil. This would be a good place to put the pen in, Brian. All right, so it's gonna get messy, so I'm gonna put below 50 is the only dot on the low end. I'm putting my dot above my 0 thing. I'll put 0 down here. And above $100. And I want a roller coaster in green. That was great. Backwards! No! All right. If you've gone backwards, it's really not that. Any questions about the green line? Y equals cosine x. You can leave some spaces so we can see what we're doing. What do? We move stuff to the right 90. Anybody know what I'm going to do to move stuff left or right?
Negative 90.
Negative 90. And then what else is important for me to do with that?
Impress.
If I move left or right, it has to be, I wish I could come up with a thing. I wish at home I would think about math. That way I could make up the stuff instead of trying to make it up on the fly. But I want to say somehow it has to be in the room with 90. I want to make some kind of a thing about people in the room together, moving left and right, but I got to be careful, and I'm recording, so you have to think about it at home. That way it's not too risque. And I think risque is spelled R-I-S-Q-U-E, like Enrique, with a, I think it's French. In any case, that's what you got there. All right, let's do this real fast. Is there enough squares for the normal way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 25, 50 cents, 75, a dollar. What do I need here? Let's sure, I'll put in the 50, 25, 75, a dollar. Dot below, up high. Sure, I'll go green on you. Green, green, green. Can I cut greens?
You put that one in the wrong spot.
Oh no. Oh no. Now I can I, yeah. How about I fix that on the fly? I made new decisions for my life right up in here. Yeah, right in there. New decision for my life. All right. Isn't that cool that you were able to say that though?
Yeah.
That is cool. You can't know I did something wrong unless you know how to do it right. That is cool. All right. Amplitude. I know it's something for the. I'll put the height. Height away from baseline. Height from x. Height from x-axis. Height. H-E-I-G. Height. I before E except after C. How do you spell height?
H-E-R.
It doesn't even follow the rule. It's supposed to be I before E except after C. Height. Above. Below. X-axis.
So we fill that in.
Yeah. The rules so that you never have to ask in any math class, just because I've been in math class for a long time. Or in school. Anything the teacher writes on the board, you write down. Theoretically, they wouldn't write on the board if it wasn't important.
What is that for height?
Height above / below x-axis. Which one looks bad? The above, the below?
I thought, okay, so it's
The whole
above.
thing.
No. How about
I
no?
couldn't read the above. I thought it was an AP.
Yeah. Why don't you take one for the team and say you can't read? And then it doesn't mean like I did something bad. It's like something's wrong with you.
I'll take your team.
And that way, yeah, thank you. That way when I go home, I'm not crying. Magical people at home, you see how many things disappear? All right,
I don't think we have that page.
you should.
Is it what page is that?
If you don't, I'm sad about it.
Oh, but is it from today or is it from the day?
It's right here. It's the bottom of what we
What's the
did.
bottom? Bottom.
Yeah, look at that. All right, so here it goes. You're going to highlight the different ways to write a formula, an equation, so that it meets the description. In other words, let's say, how could you write it to change, how could you change the function the parent function so that you change the amplitude. Well, what would you do? You would put in this 3. So basically, I want you to highlight the 3 to show the 3 is the new thing that you did to meet the description. So let's see, number in front of trig function changes amplitude. So if I were highlighting something, I'd highlight number in front changes. It's only 2 words. I'll put changes and I'll put like a little something on the amp. Changes the amplitude. If you have if you play instruments, you get the speaker. They call it an amp because it amplifies the sound. Amplitude amplifies the sound. If ever you decide to become super in life, you can get a vocabulary program called Verbal Advantage. I have that vocabulary program, and that's why I'm super. All right, that program, they teach you words, and one of the things they do with the words is basically they let you know that there are roots. In other words, Latin is very important, where you get Spanish and French and so on, and then English as well, because Rome used to be in charge of the world at one point, and they spoke Latin, so everyone takes from there. But basically, certain words come from the same root, from the same thing in Latin. Next one, negative sign in front of trig function flips. All right, so if I were highlighting, I would highlight negative sign. Now you could choose to highlight something a little different, just to show you're not a follower, you're a leader. Trig function flips it over the x-axis. I would put flips and x-axis. I wish I could show it. I wish I had something, but again, I'm going to highlight this little minus sign. It could be a minus sign by itself. It could be a negative number. The negative number will make the amplitude larger. In other words, the roller coaster, if you want to go to Kittyland, you have a small amplitude. You go to regular Disney, it's a different amplitude. And then if you want to die, you go to Magic Mountain where they just make it too high. Make it 10 stories, fool! Don't get sued. No, we'll have them sign something. I do want to go and I want to risk my life. I want to go get on a ride. As a matter of fact, when you pause it, up and down. To make it go, where is it? Up and down. You put a number at the very end. And if I were doing this, part of me would want to actually put the x alone in a parenthesis to suggest that it's not with that the 5 is not with it. But clearly, you can see here it is not required. Down below, the parenthesis including someone in there, it's like best friends. In high school, I didn't have a best friend. But then I kind of didn't want them, the whole rejection thing. So there's a person when someone, he's your best friend, he's not, we're not official best friends, We don't dress alike on, go to the LA County Fair Day, like, dude, wear blue shoes. No, none of that. But I've seen it in action. I don't think I want one because best friends make you do stuff that you don't want to do sometimes. Like, say you want to go to the LA County Fair, but you want to hang out with the other friend. Well, you're betraying your best friend. What? You do that to me? You hang out with that other person? And it's like, dude, it's just what... Yeah, so...
Why don't you just hang out with both of them at the same time?
Maybe I don't want to hang out with my best friend.
Then you just tell them. That's a part of being best friends. You can tell them that.
And then I gotta even tell them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
This is not a good friend.
You're hanging out with somebody else. What? Are we not best friends? Yeah,
best friend
we're
probably
just...
has, like...
are now about to read. And again, remember, this is Amelia. She lets it look a lot like the test. So if you can answer these questions, you're going to be in a good position. You may get to use them as notes in the last 10 minutes. In any case, read the instructions and then see if you can answer. Let me also back up by saying one quick thing. On the other page, it says about trig functions, sine, cosine, tangent. Those are part of trigonometry. So like, what's trigonometry? Trigonometry is, hey, what if you had a right triangle? What are the different things you could do with it? That's trigonometry. Anything I do with a right triangle, I'm doing trigonometry. All right. That said, transformation, I haven't said it before. Transformation is when we move it up, down, left, right, flip it. Anytime you take a picture and you just move it around, you do junk with it, you're doing transformation. All right. So, basically what they're asking you is, hey, if there's a, don't look back on the thing. Now I want you to guess the first time. If there's a minus sign in front of cosine, what does that do to the picture, to the function? If someone put a +4 after cosine theta, don't worry about theta, just means it's like an x. They just use a different letter. It's the Greek letter theta. But don't look back. Don't look back. If you look back, you're nothing to me. You're dead to me. All right, don't look back. Just guess at it and see which ones are in your brain. If you're wrong, okay, whatever. It's not the test. You'll go back and fix it. But the ones that are in your that you get right, you know for sure. You never have to look back on those. Those you really knew. The ones you don't know. So yes, you don't have to go in order. Guess around, look around. Ooh, D is serious, but do what you can. We'll pause it. Please state your name and then what your thing is. A, state your name and then what you think happened on that picture. First, state your name. That part's not good. Yeah, so give me like a star. Like I had in my class once, and then yeah.
I'm Brian.
All right, what do you think? What do you think happened on that one?
Doesn't it flip the whole thing?
Yeah, it flips it. So if my belt, my leather belt, the last leather, if my belt were a was the x-axis, I wish I had magic. That'd be so sweet. I would rotate down. My head would be on the ground. My feet would be in the air. I'm flipping. So that roller coaster, when you flip it, the low part on the roller coaster winds up being at the very top of the roller coaster. And so this new roller coaster just starts down low and goes up high like that. So that's what yeah, it flips it. Good job, Brian. B, where are you? B, what you got? State your name and say what it does.
Melissa.
Good.
And it moves it up.
Uh-huh. How much?
4 units.
Yeah, say the 4 units for test purposes. You can say it transforms, translates it. No, shifts it up, moves it up. Moves it up is fine. Moves it up is fine. Yeah, shifts is a cool word too. Translate is the official geometry word to just moving something up or moving something down, left or right. You translate it. That makes you extra special. But move up, move down, shift up, shift down. I'll take it. C, what you got? C.
Daniel, pi over 2 units right.
Say it one more time.
Pi over 2 units right.
Yeah. The way you say it makes you sound like you're in the movie Lego, and you're like, I am not a robot. Yes, you are. All right, in any case, you are right. It does shift the sine wave pi over 2 units to the right. So all the stuff you said is correct. So inside, goes left, right. What is this pi over 2? Well, it's just a name for pi over 2 is not the 25 cents. It's half of 25 cents. 12 cents and 12.5 cents. Yes.
So the negative sign makes it move like the opposite?
Inside, you do the opposite. If you're at the very end, then what it says is really what it is, up or down. But yeah, you're right, opposite direction. I wish there was a way for me to make that like good. Like inside your head, you think people like you, but outside they really don't. It's the opposite. Yeah, inside your head, I think I'm cool. But really, no.
You're not.
Yeah. So it's like that. The last one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what you got? Last one, D. Ooh, what's a lot going on? Go.
Alright, so it shifts 2 up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It moves,
Translates.
But no, not even
well,
that.
it doesn't shift 2 up, it moves 2 up.
Right, yeah. The amplitude is stretched up
Yeah,
too.
stretched.
Okay, good. I'm with you.
Just give you that whatever it says.
Uh-huh.
And then shifts 1 down, I think.
Yeah. So the original roller coaster becomes a super high roller coaster is like twice the size at 2.
Yeah.
And the ground, there's an earthquake and it lowers the whole thing, even though still it's up high. So you're right. The amplitude is now 2, and the entire function is shifted down 1. You say it enough, and now I should be able to take whatever.